What do you think it's going to be like on Saturday when Pat Bowlen gets enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Cambridge?
I think it's going to be tremendous. And, I think everybody's only wish is that Pat could be here to experience it. He was a tremendous owner. I got to play in Denver for 4 years, and Pat was really the impetus for that happening. I used to run up to him skiing. I wasn't supposed to be skiing, but I always did, and used to see him up in Beaver Creek, and we started having conversations about perhaps someday joining the Broncos, and that ended up with me being there and him telling me I no longer could ski, and so many great memories.
Is that right? Is that right?
He's awesome. I mean, he waited till I signed my contract and said, "Hey, it's been great seeing you up in the mountains all these years. By the way, you're no longer allowed to do that." So,
get off the skis.
Yeah, but he was great because, Rich, he gave you every resource that you needed to win. He was always around, but he let people do their jobs, and he was a unique owner. We do a college pool. Greek, Steve Ananopoulos, who's actually presenting him, the longtime trainer in Denver, would pick 5 or 6 guys every year. Every Thursday, we'd be in Greek's office and the college pool, and Mr. Bowlen was part of that. And it took some time for me to get it, because your owner being there talking trash to you about your picks, and then he loved if you'd fire right back at him. And he's just a tremendous owner. The winning speaks for itself, and long overdue. And he, along with my old teammate Champ Bailey, who another guy, you knew he'd be a first ballot. They got that one right, and really happy for those guys, along with the entire class.
What made Champ so good, John?
Genes. He had a great gene pool.
Right.
There's guys at this level you're playing with the greatest athlete, but there are the Barry Sanders, the Deion Sanders, the Champ Baileys that are just a little bit different. And Champ was a guy who, and then on top of that, mixed this incredible athleticism that was like a high 4.2 guy, a 43-inch vertical leap, with an incredible will to be great. And I remember when I first really started respecting Champ Bailey as a football player. I was in the Pro Bowl, and typically in the Pro Bowl, people didn't like hitting, particularly cornerbacks and guys that even would during the season. And I remember Champ mixing it up there when I was on the same team with him and saying, "Man, I could play with this guy." And eventually, I got that opportunity. He could do anything you asked. He could have played offense and played it at a high level had he been given the opportunity in the NFL. And just one of those superior athletes and a tremendous competitor as well.
Well, and just to wrap this up, John, you as somebody who worked in TV for a while too before taking this gig that you currently have with the Niners, probably knows Pat Bowlen was beyond influential in the television side of things for the NFL, and without question, NFL Network would never have existed if it wasn't for Pat Bowlen. He was
a
million percent
on all those committees. And there's certain people that, Jerry Jones and Robert Kraft, we hear about all the time. Pat, you didn't hear about as much, but you talk to people within the league, and they talk about his imprint on this league and the success that we're having as a league. Pat Bowlen's imprint is all over this league, and that's really cool because he was a great man as well and a terrific owner.
Cool is a perfect word for him, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. That's what he was.
Shades, either in some sort of leather or fur at certain times, depending on the decade.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.